Balloon payment. Lump sum payment on a loan, usually at the end of the loan. A balloon payment is a lump sum payment usually occurring at the end of a partially amortized loan term. A partially amortized loan is one that does not pay back fully by the end of the term. The remaining portion of the loan has to be paid back all at once in a lump sum and is called a balloon payment. Related words: partially amortized loan, term. Lis Pendens. Recorded notice of pending legal action. This is a Latin phrase which means there is a pending court case. It is used in real estate to encumber the title to a property. An owner is sued, but because it takes some time to have a court trial, the person who is suing will attach a note to the title of the property saying a court case is pending. This is a warning to any finance companies or potential buyers to the property that the property may not be free to be refinanced or sold because it may be used as an asset to pay off losses from a possible future court judgment. Lis Pendens is a recorded notice of pending legal action. Settlement statement. Escrow holder's final reconciliation of escrow account. A settlement statement is required by law for the closing of a real estate transaction through an escrow process. Remember that escrow is a short-lived trust agreement between the seller and the buyer, parentheses called the principals, end parentheses, and an unbiased third party, the escrow holder, who is the escrow company or agent. The purpose of escrow is to have the escrow agent follow all escrow instructions to help ensure the purchase agreement is carried out as agreed upon. The settlement statement is a single document which lists all credits and debits of the principals to the escrow account. A settlement statement is a final reconciliation of the escrow account prepared by the escrow agent. Baselines. East-west grid lines used in U.S. government township survey. The U.S. government section and township survey established a system of mapping out the country using baselines, which are east-west grid lines, and meridians, which are north-south grid lines. On 6-mile increments on either side of the meridian are range lines. 6 miles north and 6 miles south of the baseline are township lines. A township is a 6-mile by 6-mile square. A baseline is the horizontal east-west running grid lines of the U.S. government section and township survey system. Related words: baseline, meridian, range lines, parentheses ranges, end parentheses, township lines, parentheses tier of townships, parentheses township. Fictitious trust deed. Recording of loan details not completed yet. A fictitious trust deed is a deed recorded with details of a loan that are in the future. So the loan is planned and agreed to, but hasn't happened yet. A short form of the actual details will be filed later. Loan to value. Size of the loan compared to the value of the property. To find the loan to value ratio, take the loan amount, say $417,000, and divide it by the value, say $600,000, parentheses, as found by a recent appraisal, end parentheses. 417,000 divided by 600,000 equals 0.695, and multiply 100% equals 69.5%. So the loan is 69.5% of the total value of the property. What does it matter? Lenders use loan to value as one of their risk indicators. A 69.5% loan-to-value says there is approximately 30% of equity in the property. If this owner defaulted on the loan, the lender has $180,000 in value to go get. Likewise, it isn't very likely an owner will walk away from $180,000 lightly. In general, the lower the loan-to-value ratio, the less risky the loan. The loan-to-value ratio is the size of the loan divided by the value of the property. Federal National Mortgage Association, FNMA, Fannie Mae. Organization to create a secondary mortgage market. The Federal National Mortgage Association, or Fannie Mae, is a government-sponsored enterprise, GSE. A GSE is a congressionally chartered, shareholder-owned corporation. Fannie Mae's mission is to create and maintain a secondary market for mortgages. The reason this is important is that if a loan originator gives a loan to you or I, that originator can turn around and sell that loan for a small profit through the secondary market that Fannie Mae manages. This allows the originator to lend again and again and again, and allows investors to make a small profit from investing in mortgages or mortgaged-backed securities. The end result is lots of buying and selling of real estate and a massive engine of our economy, ultimately improving the lives and wealth of hundreds of millions of American citizens. Appraisal Report. Written report where appraiser states opinion of value. The appraisal report is the report written by the appraiser at the end of the appraisal process, the purpose of which is to determine the market value of the property. The three types of appraisal reports are the summary report, the self-contained report, and the restricted use appraisal report. The restricted use appraisal report is written specifically for a single end user or customer, so the report is tailored to the customer's needs. The self-contained appraisal report is a complete document, often the thickness of a book, because it contains all reports and analyses needed for the appraisal in a single document. The summary appraisal report is what most homeowners have had done when purchasing a home or refinancing a home. The appraisal report is a written document which states the appraiser's opinion of the property market value. Related words: appraisal, appraiser. Dominant tenement. Owner who enjoys the benefit of an easement. An easement is the right to use land owned by someone else. There are different types of easements: easement by necessity, easement by prescription, and easement in gross. An easement has a dominant tenement who benefits from the easement and a servient tenement who bears the burden of the easement. In an easement by necessity, a landlocked property has to be reached by crossing the property of another, usually using a driveway. The owner who has to allow the driveway is the servient tenement because he serves his neighbor's needs. The owner of the landlocked property gets to use his neighbor's property free for a driveway and therefore enjoys the benefit of the easement. He is the dominant tenement. Antonyms: servient tenement. Percolating water. Water which moves through the ground, under the ground. Percolating water is water that moves through the ground, under the ground. Percolating water moves in an overall direction, but does not move through a channel. It is important in real estate because of water rights. The correlative rights doctrine says that a landowner has the right to take a reasonable share of underground waters which does not infringe on adjoining owners' rights. Riparian rights have to do with property adjoining moving water like a river or stream. Littoral rights have to do with land on a standing body of water like a lake, pond, ocean, or bay. Percolating water is water that moves through the ground instead of through a defined channel.